Oh my God. Thank you, Trip Turner. I did not realize that my mic was off, guys. I apologize. Let's restart this show. Good evening to everybody. Hope everybody's having great holidays. We just coming out of Thanksgiving, and a lot of people are getting ready for the winter vacations, Christmas, and everything else that comes along with it. Um, what's up, Trip? Hi, Cash. Can't hear you. On there you are. Okay. All right, cool. So we are up. You guys can hear me. I apologize about the delay. So tonight's show, we're gonna make it very simple, very quick. Unless somebody has questions, we'll be more than happy to answer. I'll be more than happy to answer their questions or concerns that you may have. But I was thinking about it lately. With Black Friday going on, Cyber Week going on, Cyber Monday, all the other stuff that came out with last week and the week before. 910 of y'all spend money on something that either you wanted or you didn't need, but you got it. And it's just, if you're in the automotive industry, it's kind of slow at this time of the year and you still have expenses. So, how do you deal with the ongoing debt that piles up with credit cards? The biggest thing today is the credit card debt. How do you manage it without paying too much interest? The goal is how do you manage it without trying to pay too much interest on it? That is what the show is going to be about tonight. So the easiest thing on that is we'll deal with it right up front with it. So if you buy some stuff and you probably use your credit card to charge for it, and now you're gonna be either already received a statement or you should be receiving a statement in the next week or so saying, hey, this is what you bought. And then if you are getting ready for a winter vacation, then you got additional charges that's going to be happening. If you're going out with the family, you may have, uh, vacation or travel expenses. If you're buying gifts for Christmas, you got gift expenses, so on and so on. So ultimately, in United States, credit cards rank up about 30 plus percent in November and December. Most of that is because of Thanksgiving, Black Friday shopping, and then Christmas, or the holiday seasons, depending on if you celebrate Christmas or not. But you all rank up credit cards, and those credit cards come with a hefty interest rate if you don't pay them off right away. Most credit cards, depending on which one you got, are typically gonna set you back from 13.99% all the way up to the mid to high 30s now. So that can add up real quick. You can double or triple your money in a very short time unless you're gonna handle those. I'm going to Charleston to incur some needed debt. I am gonna be that right there with you, Trip. Can't wait for that. That's gonna be a cool event. All right, so easiest solution for credit cards, if you're familiar with it, is do a balance transfer, especially with the promos. If you can find a balance transfer promo, which most promos are typically around 5%. If you got good credit, it could be a little bit less. If you don't have such a good credit, it may be a little bit more. Even with the 7, 8, 10%, and if you're in that category where you're at 7, 8, 10%, your normal charges are probably going to be in the 20s to 30% anyways. So until you get on your track, so let's say for window tinting guys, a lot of you guys are not getting busy until March. Okay, so you're gonna have 2 3 months of debt that's gonna be piling on that you're gonna need to pay off when you get busy again and you got business booming, and then you can pay off that debt. Well, what do you do in those 3 4 months or 6 months? Let's say it takes you all the way to April to pay for it. Um, well, in those 6 months, if you are incurring 25% APR, that stuff is going to add up real quick. So, the easiest solution for that is do a balance transfer. Look up your credit card, see if they have an offer. If they don't have an offer, reach out to them, see if they do have an offer for you if you want to do a balance transfer. A lot of time these credit card companies will offer you something. And for a lot of them, they'll offer you a 12-month 0% APR if you do a balance transfer, but you pay for a transfer fee. Transfer fee, again, is going to be, it could be as low as 3%. I have seen 2, but that's before COVID. After COVID, I really haven't seen anything lower than 3%, but for the good credit people, it's between 3 to 6%. For people that don't have that great of a credit, it could be higher, but it's still a lot less than your regular APR. All right, Marion, have a good one. Tim Johnson, what's going on, sir? You have a package today. I got it in the mail. Okay, so Tim got something in the mail. That's cool. So, simple solution, guys. Do a balance transfer. Balance transfer, yes, you pay a transfer fee, but if you get a 0% APR for 12 months and let's say you only need 6 months till you get busy, you can pay it off. That's one way of doing it. And the easiest way of doing it. The other way is, pay off your balance, just like we talked about before in credits, is you hit up your smallest amount on the credit card, pay that off, pay the other ones just a little bit over minimum payment, and then pay it off if you can't get a balance transfer. But if you don't have an offer, I would call up your credit card companies and see what they have offer. Now, it doesn't do you any good to call up the company that you already charged up to do a balance transfer because they're only going to transfer other credit cards debt over to theirs. So what the banks are trying to do is they're giving you the reason for that is because banks want debt but don't want debt at the same time, but they want debt because if they have debt, then they know most people are not going to pay it off in a timely manner, and then they're going to incur interest, and that's how they make their money. So let's say if you have the Bank of America card and you have a Wells Fargo card and then you have a Citi card. So if you you bought a big screen TV on Black Friday and you spend $500 on it, and now you have a charge for $500, but you don't have $500 to pay for it, and you're paying that $50 minimum payment on that card. Well, if you keep on paying just the minimum $50, that $500 is going to turn into $600, $700, $800 real quick. What you can do is you can take that $500, the charge you have on Bank of America, you can call up Citi or Wells Fargo, be like, hey, I've got a card with you guys. Do you have any promos for balance transfer? If I bring over one of my other cards or more than one card you can do this with. So let's say you have 3 cards that have balances. You can go to card number 4 and be like, hey, you have any offers? Or you can do it with between them as well too. So let's say you have it on Bank of America and you have it on Wells Fargo. Well, the transfer is only on the new debt. It's not on the old debt. Old debt is still going to have the regular incurrence. What you can do, and gets a little tricky, is you can call up a whole bunch of them, get a bunch of offers, and just balance transfer in between each others. And ultimately, you're paying on average 5% instead of paying 25%. But the way to do it is, like I said, if you bought a big screen TV on Bank of America, call Wells Fargo, call Citi, Discover, American Express, whatever you got. Like, hey, what do you offer? What's the deal you got? And then just look for whoever charges the least amount of APR on balance transfer, whoever has 0% interest for the longest with the least amount of balance transfer fee, transfer that money over. So let's say Bank of America, you call Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo's like, hey, we'll give you 12 months, 0% APR, but we're going to charge you 5% to transfer that over. Okay, let's take that $500, transfer over to Wells Fargo, pay that 5%. Now you have a year to pay for that without having 25% being charged on it. 5% is a lot less than 25%. Now, let's say you have it on Bank of America and Wells Fargo. Well, you can call up Citi and see if you can transfer everything over there. Okay. You need to have a card that has either zero or very little that you can kind of ultimately get. Now, worst case scenario, and this is very tricky, I've seen some people do this. Boyd Hunter from Australia, what's going on down there? I like the way he spelled out my name, man. I love that. Cash with a lot of dollar signs. Hopefully, Cash has that kind of money. But is anybody following what I'm trying to say? On transferring funds over to a different card and paying a balance transfer fee rather than the APR fee, your annual percentage rate, because your annual percentage rate is going to be a lot higher. So if anybody has any questions, just let me know. Otherwise, I wish I had a demo for you guys to kind of show, and I don't. Dustin, welcome, man. We're gonna be at Dustin's place next week, so can't wait to check out his facility. Dustin, I don't know if I told you last time, but I do have a little surprise for you when I come down there. All right. So let me see if I can bring up a little demo, or maybe I can bring up a spreadsheet to kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. Let me see. Can I do this? Give me a second, guys. How's everybody's night going? How was everybody's week starting off? Who had a really good Thanksgiving? How many of y'all spend money on buying crazy stuff from Cyber Week or Black Friday? I have 16 boxes of vinyl ready to go. 16 boxes of vinyl. Oh my god. I hope you have some good colors. I'll bring my Palisade down and we can throw whatever the heck you guys want on there. Good man. Busy. Just got back from softball practice. Dude, I forgot. I gotta get with you on those hoodies. Tim, I gotta get with you on that, bro. Question for Tim: do you do just the embroidery on the hoodies, or can you do a larger imprint? All right, so I got my little screen here. Let me put myself down here. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you guys. So this is just kind of on Google Spreadsheets. It's free if you have a Google account, but cards. So let's say you have Bank of America, right? You have Wells Fargo. You have Citi, Amex, Discover. So let's say outstanding balance. So let's say you purged and you use your Bank of America and you got 500 bucks on there. You got 250 on Wells Fargo. You have another 500 here. Your American Express, you got 0, and Discover, maybe you got 150 bucks. All right. So if you are just gonna be in this scenario, if you can get a deal from American Express to give you a 0% APR for 12 months, and they charge you, let's say, 5% on average on a balance transfer, and you get 12 months to pay for it, then what you can do is you can throw all of this, which is $1,400, onto here, and then you'll have a zero here, zero here, zero here, and zero here. And the easiest way to kind of say it is this equals $1,400. So I just did the math in my head. Total balance. Oops, forgot the E. Let's just insert so you guys can kind of look. So if we do this, now the balance transfer to one card, and let's say they give you 12 months with 5% APR. I mean, with a 5% transfer fee. Well, if you're doing a 5% transfer fee, then on $1,400, for example, you're only paying $70 in one-time fee, and then you'll have typically 12 or 18 months to pay for that. Okay. Now, if you're doing that 500 and you have, let's say, a 25% annual APR, then you're talking about $125 here, $125 here. And this is based on 25% APR. You're talking about $62.50 here. $37.50. So if you add $37.50, $125, $62.50, now you're talking about $350 over $70. That right there is $280 in savings. So hopefully the math kind of adds up and kind of give you what you can be doing. Now, if those numbers are larger, you can only imagine what you can do. And if you have a higher APR on your standard cards, then that only adds up to be more and more and more. All right, let's catch up on the comments real quick. All right, just got off conference. You must be planning on it. What? Trip, I think he knows who's coming to train. That's why he's preparing properly. That's good preparation for Dustin's end. I can do it. Cool. I gotta get with you on it. It just costs more. It's always about more cost, isn't it? Just in case. What's your thought about card that have a fee to have them? So, I love this question. This is an awesome question, Tim. Yeah, heck yeah. Definitely want to check out the colors. So, if you have a card that has a fee on it, let me put this down. Let me bring myself back up. All right. So, well, actually, you know what? Let me go back. Let's talk about that. Let's do it on this here again. We'll bring it back here. So let's say you have a card that has a fee of $99. Okay, annually, they charge you. Let's say American Express. I love you talking about American Express. So let's say American Express charges you $99 to have their rewards card, but then they give you rewards. Let's say they give you 2% back on all your charges. So let's say if you are charging, let's say $500 a month, okay, and you're paying that off. You're a guy that can manage it really well. $500 a month. That's $6,000 in a year, and if you're getting 2% back, that puts you at $120 in rewards. So if you're in that category, you're ultimately making $21. So I would say yes, go for it. Now, if you're like Tim and he's buying his t-shirts and his hats and his film and all that stuff, And let's say you're doing one for each business, your T-Town tints and your T-Town T-shirts, dedicate a card each, and let's say you're paying $100 to each card annually, but you're getting two, maybe three. Some cards even offer more than that, but even at 2%, most cards are offering 2% rewards points, and this is before any other benefits. Okay, most of these cards that you pay for usually have good other benefits on it. So, for Tim, let's talk about Tim today. Since we're talking about American Express, American Express charges $695 a year for their Business Platinum card. Okay, Business Platinum card now gives you up to 3% back on almost all the charges. Well, not on all of them. Some of them they have 1%, some of them 2, some of them 3, depending on what the category is. So let's just say 1.5 for the heck of it. Okay. So if I'm doing $1,000 worth of film, shirts, and hats, which I'm pretty sure Tim is doing these days, at 1.5%, 1,000 at 1.5%. Is that right? Okay, at 1.8, if you're only doing $1,000, Tim, that's only giving you $180 in points. Okay, is that worth it for you? I don't know. I don't think so because you're losing money on it. Now, they also give you $200 in travel funds. They give you Clear for free. They give you, if you're traveling, you get to these, what you call it, the lounges for free. There's those stuff that would come up. But my thing is, forget all that stuff. Look at this number here. If you are buying, let's say now, if you were buying $10,000 worth of stuff every month and you're at that 1.5, now you're at $150 a month in points. Now you're making $1,800. That definitely makes more sense. So you got to figure out what card you're doing, what's the minimum that you need to buy for that year to offset those fees. Now, I personally have the 695 card. I pay for it, but I use the heck out of that card. My points equal way more than this, and that card more than pays for itself. Plus, then I have the benefits of having Clear being paid by American Express. I travel on Delta because that's out of Atlanta. That's what Delta's hub is. More flights are available on there. Every time I book, like I went to Virginia Beach, I booked a bag. $30 is what Delta charges. American Express gives me up to $200 to pay for those stuff. So that $30 got charged, and right away, American Express gave me my $30 back. Clear, which lets you skip the lines and go through a little bit faster. That's $185 or $195 or $180 fee. Clear $179. I'm sorry. Clear pays for that. So if I look all that up on my platinum card, I'm getting more than $2,500, and I'm being very generous. Saying that I'm getting 2,500, I'm getting a lot more than that, but on average, annually, I'm getting $2,500 worth of rewards, points back, and a lot of these points will either I can cash out, I can pay for some of this stuff, I can do a whole bunch of stuff on. Those are the things that Tim you got to really watch out for. A lot of people like, hey, I want to avoid it because I don't want to pay an annual fee on it. Well, take a look, see if you got some free cards that have good benefits. If they do, stick with it. I mean, I have a city card that has 1 to 2% back on it as well. I use that. I have a Southwest card. I don't travel much in Southwest anymore, but I can use that one. I've had my dad fly out to Texas on that, and I paid $14 for his flight. That would normally been 400 some dollars, because I had the points for it. It offsets that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of stuff that you guys can offset with the cards. You just got to pick the right card for your business or your personal life. And even personal life, you can use cards that has the benefits to offset it. Talk to Jason, 10 to do 3. He's got 38 cards now, and he uses all the different kind of benefits. Now, I'm not saying I don't recommend having 38 cards. That is a little crazy, but Jason seems to manage it very well. So good for him because he's getting benefits from every card. He has different ones. He's dedicated on staying on top of it. The problem what becomes is if you have too many cards or too many accounts, then you have another job of just trying to maintain that. The biggest problem with a lot of people, they look at benefits, they get the benefits, and they don't pay attention to those benefits after they open the account. They don't take advantage of those, so therefore you're getting abused, and that's what a lot of the banks are banking on. How many of you guys got rebates and you went and bought something and actually send in the rebate to get the rebate money back? Statistically, 40 less than 40% people actually send in the rebates to get their rebate back because they'll buy the item at that time thinking, hey, I'm gonna get $150 back on this rebate. I'll buy it. This is a great deal. They go home, they get busy with other stuff, and I gotta send the rebate in a timely manner. I forgot about rebate. Shit. Now time has expired. By the time you remember, statistically, less than 40% of the rebates actually gets turned in that gets paid. So rebates is another great business strategy for a lot of you guys to do. Like, hey, you can get a rebate for this or that because statistically, not everybody's going to turn in that rebate. I forget all the time for rebates. There you go. Tim says the same thing. That's the same concept when it comes down to credit cards. You get a credit card, you open up an account because you saw some benefits that looked attractive. But once you got the card, you forgot about them. You're not using the card for its full potential. So what the banks are banking on is they're banking on you doing the exact same thing. They're banking on you opening up a card, having an annual fee on it, and because they lured you in with all these benefits, but you never used them. If you didn't use them, now the bank's abusing you. But now, if you are one of those guys that actually have a card that has extra benefits, and you're using it and you're abusing it, then you're taking advantage of the banks. I talk about Costco. I love Costco. I have the executive over the regular membership. It's like only $40 more or $35 more, but with my executive card, I get 2% back on every purchase that I make on it. Every year, I'm getting $250 or $350 annual points on it. My membership is $100 with Costco, but I'm always getting a check for $200 to $300 every year. So ultimately, Costco is paying me to go shop at Costco. Because if I look at the last one I got, which was like $265, Costco literally just paid me $165 last year to go shop with them. So if you don't go to Costco regularly, why do you want to go get a $100 Costco executive card? I go every month. I mean, every month I'm buying $500 worth of stuff or more from Costco because I have a larger family. We buy in bulk. We usually only shop once a month with Costco, but every time I go shop at Costco, my bill is always $400 or $500. So by the end of the year, that $100 is nothing because I'm getting more back in rewards. Same thing with American Express. I pay $6.95 happily every year to American Express because I'm typically in 1 year I actually get this. I got that out of American Express. So you think paying $6.95 to get $6,800 in benefits is beneficial for me? Hell yes. Oh, hey, we got Liz on here. Liz, you had a great interview with Dean Mitchell. I loved it. I love the way you do your live streams. You got some real technical stuff going on. I need to maybe pick your brain a little bit how to make my live streams a little bit better. You have good visual. My live streams are boring. So, but this is boring. Boring concept. It's financial concept. Most people don't want to deal with it. But if we can help you out, guys, always feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to help anybody on any questions that I can answer. If I can't answer, I'll find somebody that does know how to answer it. Dave does all that in the background. I know, right? I saw at the very end where Dave just said bye. He came on for 3 seconds. That was just funny. Dave is the brain behind my lives. Maybe I need to pick Dave's brain then. But yeah, you did a great show. I haven't had a chance to catch a lot of shows lately. I've got a lot of stuff going on, but I did catch that one. That was pretty cool. But anyways, guys, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we're gonna go ahead and call it a night. Thank you for the people that came and joined. Thank you for your comments. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If anything else I can help you out with, or you guys have a concept you want me to concentrate on or put it on the show, let me know. I will be skipping next week, but we should have a guest the week after, and we'll kind of go from there. Liz, you do your shows on Sunday. Sunday is family day for me. I barely get time to go to the bathroom on Sundays. Uh, so it's hard. It's very hard to do anything on Sunday except focus full on family. But thank you for the invite. I appreciate it. Um, I'm guessing you are gonna be at Tender Battle, so I will see you at Tender Battles. If not, maybe before that. I'm in a video challenge right now with some of my t-shirt guys. One video a day on our YouTube channel for December. Nice. Uh, that's cool, man. I gotta check out your videos. Which videos you're doing, Tim? All right, guys. Have a great night. 35 minutes went real quick. Until I'll see you guys next time. Good night.